Hi everyone, my name is Princess, also known as Franny, and I'm currently in Thailand, and so I am taking over this. So I'm currently in Phuket, which is the last third of this trip. I was in Bangkok and Chiang Mai before this. Just to introduce a little bit about myself, so I am 27 years old and I'm an assistant principal of math and science. I currently work in a charter high school in Brooklyn, New York, and so in all my break time as an educator, I pretty much travel. So I'll tell you a little bit more about myself later, but before this, I was in Bangkok and Chiang Mai. So I will share pictures and highlights of that as well, since you guys didn't get to see it, and share what my tips throughout this trip has been. We are going to go to breakfast. However, I just wanted to show you what my views are from my hotel window. So over there is Patong Beach, and then this is how the city of Phuket looks from above, because this is the highest hotel in this city. So at any point, if you have questions along the way, comments, feel free to shoot. People call me Franny, by the way. Serena has a mix of American options, but then there's your Thai options. So notice they love to eat noodles and rice, even for breakfast. So here are some people on my tour. Hey.
How are you?
Hi. See, there's black people. So I am on a tour with a whole bunch of New York City educators. There's a cast of characters. So as you can see, there's a lot of black females on this trip. However, we haven't seen much black males or any Latinos at all on this trip. Are the streets of Phuket, and we're about to board this bus. New Life. Say hello for Snapchat. Oh.
สวัสดีค่ะ again good morning again so now we are going to Island Safari. We do the program 9 in 1 so for today.
So one random fact you should know is that apparently tourism is declining in Thailand because more and more Chinese keep coming. So here's a taste of Phuket streets. The electrical wiring is crazy, as you can see.
In the world, in the Thailand, but about 30,000 live in the world. Yeah, 5,000 in Thailand, 3,500 in the captivity, and 1,000 are often taken from their mother to young to be used as tourist attraction. Sometimes they are not fed or cared for properly. Yeah, and for the elephant. For now, we are in Karun. Karun. On your left side, it is Karun Temple. Yeah. On
one thing you'll notice is that motorcycles are like one of the major modes of transportation. Probably the most important. I would say it's probably like the countryside. Say hi, ladies. Sashana. Really? Just I came with these two on this tour. I think this is about to be our ride. So we are in the back of this ox cart right now.
Oh, that was your phone?
Same road, same line. Look like the first thing over there. And after that, about 3 months later again. About 2 weeks later again. Now the right will be go up for change color. White color change to clean color. Now about 2 weeks later. And with time, how it we use speed one. Hook knife, pull cut, pull and cut, pull and cut. And after that, you can put the right in the locomotion. Look at the first monkey is named Johnny Walker. Johnny right now 11-year-old. Johnny say good morning, Sawadika. Show you ride bicycle, look like taxi.
That's pretty funny.
Everybody can stand by, come let's take photo, please. Look like a fashion show.
Pose for the flick. He is currently lifting 100 kilograms. Quite a bodybuilder. Oh!
This one we already select. Papaya and carrot.
You got it.
And the next one we use tomato.
So she put peanuts, coconut sugar. Look at the little bunny in its little dress. So tiny. So sampling some Thai salad. It's not that spicy, it's nutty. It reminds me of Haitian pickles, actually. So how do you ladies feel about the fish spa right now? Words? No? Yes. They're just all gathered around. How does it feel? Hey, hey.
Good boy. Thank you so much. The last one. No, last one. Okay. Banana, where are you?
Oh my
Banana, where are
God.
you? No, we have only 2 banana. Only 2. Not 3. No, not 3 banana.
What?
We for Mongkol, youth for pay respect to the teacher. The teacher give for him. You for pay respect to the teacher. And
You on the first day that on the bus.
So this is how the rubber looks like from the tree. It looks like a milky substance.
The natural color.
And then that's the rubber sheet that you
Is
get.
that the natural color of the rubber?
So they wet it with water and roll it and then put it on the machine to roll even thinner.
first day when you came here in Phuket. Remember the first restaurant that
We lucked out to see some monkeys. A big thing about Thailand culture: steamed rice, lots of soup, steamed veggies. These elephants are having the good life. Look at that.
Elephant, elephant, elephant. Have you seen elephant or not? Elephant has big animal, have long nose, on the trunk, two teeth and the trunk on the tusk. Have you have eye?
Back at the hotel, and as you can see, it's like crystal clear, perfect skies, with clouds looking like cotton balls. So I am currently back in the hotel. We have some free time, so I also wanted to give you some extra information I haven't gotten a chance to. So one thing is, in Phuket there's this thing known as the lady boy, which is pretty much another name for transsexual. I would say in Thailand overall, they seem to be accepting of the lady boys and gays, but more so in Phuket. Another thing is, so when we went out last night along Bangla Road, like, sex is on a whole nother level in terms of as an industry. Like, you walk around bar to bar, you're seeing girls on stripper poles, you get led to an alleyway downstairs to a show. And they have what they call these ping pong shows, which is either women stripping or, for example, straight up we saw a guy's dick erect as he's like balancing something on it. Like, it gets that raunchy here. So it's interesting speaking to a Turkish guy who works in a hotel. He was saying there usually isn't much US group tours that he's seen in Phuket typically, but in terms of types of people who tend to travel to Thailand in Phuket, like, he's seen Russians, he's seen people from Iran, he's seen Indians, a lot of people from Arabic world. You get your fair share of Europeans. What's interesting, you see more Indians in Phuket, but I didn't really see much in Bangkok. So noticing with the currency rate in Thailand, your money will definitely come a long way. You just have to be careful because some parts are just extra expensive because they know they're a tourist, while other like local places are like dirt cheap. In my experience, in comparison to, let's say, like China or India, Thai people are not as much of a hustler when it comes to selling. So you can still bargain, but they're not willing to go as low in the price as I've experienced in like China, India, or even Ecuador. Sorry, so people said like the snap cut off. So I was saying tourism is declining because there's a lot more Chinese people coming to the country. Because there are more Chinese tourists, Europeans don't want to come, and they bring more of the money and spend more money. So one thing to know for me as an educator, I think it's crucially important to try to get kids to want to go out and see the world. For me, growing up, I didn't get a chance to travel like outside the country or really much across the United States. Not being able to afford that, we did go to like different neighborhoods of Brooklyn and Manhattan, sometimes Jersey randomly. So I think curiosity of the world was sparked for me that way with those times with my mom growing up. The first time I ever got on a plane was actually 5 years ago, 22 years old, to Indianapolis for a conference. That summer after my first year teaching, because I could actually afford it, I took my first trip abroad to Costa Rica, and that changed everything for me. The travel bug hit. I had a professor who said like being an educator is one of the best professions for you to be able to travel the world. So I took to heart when he said like literally every break like you could be traveling to somewhere like you've never been before, and I aim to do that. Knowing that this is black and abroad, my thing is I'm also very big on domestic travel, and I believe that every state has something to offer. So my goal is 50-50 by 50. So 50 states, 50 countries by the age of 50. Of course, I had a later start on this, but I think I've made good progress. So Thailand is the 10th country I've traveled to, and I've also been to 24 states. However, the country count I think is going to be increasing more and more, because now rather than aiming for at least one country, 2 states a year, I typically end up going to at least 2 countries a year. And so who knows, maybe 3. That might just continue to escalate. Having come from similar backgrounds as my students, it is important even through my travels to motivate them as well. So I'm just gonna flash some pictures for the next few snaps to give you an idea of how each city is. Like I told you, the first stop we made was to Bangkok. Bangkok is like exponentially worse than New York City, and that's saying a lot. There are apparently 13 million people that live there. They have no concept of traffic lanes, speed limits. It's just intense. However, what I would say is they have lots of gorgeous temples, like the temples you typically know. One thing to warn about. So Thailand's king had passed last year, and they're still in mourning. So it's pretty much like a perpetual extended wake. So that means extra crowds at the Grand Palace like you've never experienced. So when going around Bangkok in general, that's something to take into account. You'll also notice a lot of black and white ribbons all over the place in honor of the king. Chiang Mai felt so much more calmer than Bangkok. It was just not even funny, just a completely different pace. Chiang Mai is most known for the elephant sanctuaries, which we had the opportunity to go, but Chiang Mai has other things to offer too. I would argue that the best temple or most awestruck temple experience I had was actually in Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai also has this very cool like street art, and I'm a lover of street art, so that made me happy. You've already seen some views for Phuket, but Phuket overall, I would say, is a very beach, touristy town. There is Patong Beach there, which is nice, but it's definitely not as gorgeous as some of Thailand's remote islands. In some ways, it just has like the South Beach feel, just because there is so much tourists around and there's a lot of people on the beach. One thing to know is that the PH sound makes a P sound in Thailand. This is why it's said Phuket, not Phuket or fuck it. Same way it's called Koh Phi Phi Island, not Koh Phi Phi Island, but that just sounds weird to say, so I just don't. From Phuket, it is a lot easier to get to these remote islands, so we made it to Phi Phi Island, and it's as gorgeous as you've probably seen on Instagram. Like, the waters are as blue and green as you've seen, those massive rock formations, like, it's just awe-inspiring to take that all in. So I'm just going to put some pictures on Phuket and the islands. As you can see, Patong
Okay, so at there, at Phuket Fantasy Show, they have two different seats. Golden.
So we're at a place called Fantasy. If you notice, there's a lot going on here. However, once I get in, they won't let me have my phone, so I need to actually hide my phone in my bag. So sorry about that. Look at this.
Oh, wow.
They're dressed in really nice clothes. Look at this immaculate building. And whoa. And this is the restaurant we're about to go eat in. Have you ever seen a banquet hall that looks like this? What? Look at the amazingness of this place. Here is a white tiger. This one keeps walking around. This is the theater of the show. I will catch you afterwards. One thing to notice is that the room goes from 10:11 to 10:15, so I guess 13 is bad luck. So I'm back in the hotel now. It's been a long, adventurous day. I'm glad you got to follow in my adventure. There's a few more bits of information I want to share and just also leave a little bit more time for comments and questions before I log off. To travel city to city in Thailand, I took internal flights with the airlines Thai Smile. Bangkok to Chiang Mai was about an hour and a half flight, and Chiang Mai to Phuket was about a 2-hour flight. It's one of those things the United States needs to learn from Thailand on how to work their domestic flights because the service is so on point. It's like extra spacious leg room. You get like actual food on the plane, not just a snack. I just wanted to say thank you for everyone who's followed me on my adventures. Like, this was a great experience to do. I hope you enjoyed my adventures and you found this to be either informative or inspiring for you to go to Thailand or travel. I'm going to leave you my social media information again and also pose one more question. And also show you some nightly views from my hotel. So since I'm still logged on, feel free to shoot me any more questions or comments before I go to sleep and close out.